practice and prepare. If you systematically use these systems, you'll be in a much stronger position to solve the problems and deal with the issues. Listing procedure. Follow the steps to expertise. Use the paperwork. Use the presentation. Embrace the data. Get good at pricing. Learn to make your sellers, well, more attractive. And help your sellers strategize for success. Dialogue. You need dialogue for everything. I have a line for absolutely everything. I bore myself silly. I'm embarrassed when people come to me on one more than opinion value because I say the same thing over and over. It is critical that you know what to do in every situation. For example, you have a great multiple offer situation, and somebody's, one offers $26,000 more than the next guy. What is your dialogue with the seller who's jumping for joy that he got this great offer? It has to be, do you understand I can never get this again? That if you let this guy go, the next offer is $26,000 less. Because if you had a seller who's got this amazing offer and he won't negotiate $500 on the bulkhead door, and he risks losing the whole offer, listen, everything up to $25,000 is, you should consider. Because I can't recreate the urgency that we got us to this point way over asking. Again, I am anticipating every move with the clients so that I don't have problems later. I've got to get them to cooperate. Dialogue is important. I was on the campaign trail recently for a friend who's running for state senate. And it's amazing how you can open people up. I tried 3 tacks. I had to go to the door and ask them if they would support my candidate. And so the first time, I opened up with, "Hi, I'm here, and I'm doing my civic duty." They didn't give a damn about me. That does not help. Okay, let's try another tack. "Hi, I'm here because I'm your neighbor." I think, well, at least they were nicer to me. "I'm your neighbor," that kind of opened up the door. It worked. We were going around to people who were likely to vote. "I'm here because you're a good voter." They started inviting me in. It makes a difference how you approach everything. But what was the difference in those 3 sentences? It was about them, right? It was about them. When I'm talking to my seller clients all the time, they know it's about them. They know that I really am rooting for the best price. It's my reputation. So I tease them all the time. Listen, why do you get great money? Because I look good. So they know I'm with them. I'm on their team. Everything I say to them. Here's the words we're eliminating from our vocabulary. Never again are you doing an opinion of value or a comparative market analysis. Why? Because you're competing on price. When you have that first phone call with a seller on the phone and they ask for an opinion of value, you respond with, "I'm glad to get you a price. We're going to determine that together. But really why you want me is you want to strategize for success." Because that is what we need to do. And all of this is going to be about a strategy for success, top to bottom. You will hear them repeat it back. "Why did you pick me?" "Oh, because you had strategies." And you don't want to compete on price. If you're competing on price and it's all about the value of the house, they're going to pick the guy who obviously likes their house better than you because they give him a higher price, right? We have to turn that whole paradigm around. Practice challenge. If you're serious about this, you all need to do 2 opinion of values every week. In September, I had already done 171 when I was here last time. I haven't counted. There are weeks I do 9, there are weeks I do 1. I'm good at this because I get a lot of practice. Now, I don't have any opinion of values, strategies for success. I don't have anybody who wants one. Call your neighbors, call your mother. Call friends. Tell them, "I'm practicing a new listing presentation. Would you be willing to hear me?" Is there a better item of value? Talk about what Brian Buffini tells you to do. Go out and show you're an expert. Get people to talk about you. Go out and do these strategies for success. Practice with all the paperwork. Get through the PowerPoint. You'll get good. You'll start to see how it really works. We talked about radiating confidence. Do you look the part? How many people show up, they're just not dressed for success. It's basic. It's critical. Do you have the energy to get the deal done? I heard one agent say, are you an Eeyore agent? The market's bad. It's going to be tough to sell. You know, this is not going to really, that kind of enthusiastic and contagious enthusiasm is not going to happen that way for you. You have got to, if you're not naturally upbeat and high energy, you better be when you show up. And you know, of course, you want to mirror whoever you're with. If they're slow, slow down. It's hard for me, but I can do it. But if you're naturally slow and someone's upbeat, you better pick up the pace. People want to work with people like them. Save the drama for your mama. So many deals are ruined by the agents that shouldn't be. They poison the transaction. They pass on all that negative energy. And you know what sellers and buyers do. They have, I tell every seller and buyer in the beginning, you have opposite interests. The seller wants more money, it doesn't want to do work, and the buyer wants it for less and wants more things done. If you understand this is a business decision and that you don't have the same interests, you're not going to read in and start to poison the transaction. So when the buyer asks you to do things, just know that that's a normal first-time home buyer. Don't get mad. It's not worth it. But some agents fan the flames and make it so much worse. No, 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 no. Matter of fact, when I know people are really ugly, I don't tell them. You might have a wacko agent on one side or a wacko, buyers, but don't let your client know because it just makes it worse. Just deal with it the best you can. Develop strong negotiating skills, keep parties at peace, diffuse, don't ignite, and keep your composure. And again, experts aren't vulgar. Explain the rules and be proactive with problems. We talked about that in disclosures. If it gets 3 feet of water every spring, you've got to be able to deal with that. Someone will buy it at the right price. But you've got to disclose up front, or you're just going to lose them later. Experts anticipate problems. How many houses don't have a wood stove permit, but they've been using it for years? Buyers back out, or they want you to put one in. Do you know what it takes to put a wood stove permit in locally? You have to get the original manufacturer's instructions, and then the fire department has to make sure that they're installed. So when I have a wood stove without a permit, I say, hi, we don't have a permit for this. If you don't want it, we'll take it out when we go. But don't expect us to put one in and get it. I can't. Septic for number of bedrooms. How many people are selling 5-bedroom homes with 4-bedroom septic? Just simple things you have to be careful. You know those tree trunks that are in the basement? Have you met a home inspector who thinks that's a good idea? My market's full of tree trunks. I just tell them up front, your home inspector is not going to like it, but I want to let you know. You can put, valley columns in and do that. It's going to cost you money, but we're telling them up front. Do you know those? They're not going to like those. Abandoned oil tanks. It's a hazardous waste. It's got to go. How many people didn't pay to have the oil tank removed? The bank's not going to like it. Take care of it up front. Termite and pest disclosures. There's nothing worse than a buyer coming after home inspection and seeing that you had a termite treatment that you didn't disclose. What else didn't you tell them? You've aroused all kinds of suspicion. Tell them everything. Be brutally honest. Water in the basement, of course. Aging roofs and heating systems. We talked about that. Anticipate appraisal problems. We talked about that, but negotiate to do appraisals early. Critical in this market. Notify our buyer ahead of time if that property may not appraise. Experts manage expectations. Warn sellers that you'll disappoint them with the price and charge them more money ahead of time. Paul Mydowski said, Linda, I read that in your protocol. You don't really say that. I mean, our agents can't say that. There isn't a phone call I have when someone calls for my strategy for success where I don't say to them, listen, I'm kind of like Voldemort in Harry Potter, or Darth Vader, whatever their age group might be. I just want to let you know in advance, I'm very likely to tell you less money and charge you more than anyone else, but I can sell it. So you set them up. They know. But is anyone else asking them all those questions? Is anyone else going through a great PowerPoint presentation? Is anyone else helping them build equity? They'll say, she knows what she's doing. That must be the price. Experts believe in themselves. Are you worth it? My God, if you don't believe in yourself, why should they? Are you a discount agent? People will pay for the best.